When you're ready.
All right. A question that is largely debated today is, should animals be used for biomedical research? I determined that yes, we should be able to use animals for biomedical research. They provide essential benefits to researchers. Although they provide these essential benefits, their well-being should also be taken into account. And we have to make sure that all research is being done ethically. My main lens today is scientific, and I pursue the sub-lens of an ethical lens. So, animals in biomedical research. So, it's a fair assumption that we would not have nearly as advanced research as we have today when it comes in biomedical research if we did not have animal experimentation. So animals are essential to attaining scientific breakthroughs and attaining advancements. And if we did not have them today, we would not have access to essential vaccines, and who knows what diseases would be currently affecting us if we did not have animals to help develop them. So, according to the National Institutes of Health, studies in labs allow researchers to control multiple variables that could affect the outcome of said experiments. And these factors would include temperature, humidity, light, diet, and other medications. And all of these factors would be hard to control in human trials, and it would be hard to implement and control all these factors in human trials while still proceeding in an ethical and safe manner. And that is not saying that we shouldn't proceed ethically in animal experimentation, because that is also a concern. So, is this safer than human testing? So human testing is currently not a viable or sustainable option, and animals are the current closest things to humans. Of course, there are a lot of technologies being developed, such as like organ on a chip and in vitro testing. So human trials would also be considered unethical, and depending on the research, can endanger a human being. And so according to the American Physiological Society, they state that it would be ethically wrong to deliberately expose a human being to health risks. It is also ethically wrong to deliberately expose an animal to health risks, but it's kind of like, I guess, the hierarchy of the world, and that's kind of the sad thing, the sad fact. So they also state that human trials may be available in the future, but animal testing would come first in order to see the potential side effects that it would have on a human during the course of the disease or whatever is being researched. So over the course of the experimentation. So the ethics of animal research. So even though animal experimentation is essential to our society, the fact that they must be treated ethically still remains. So a big issue in animal testing currently is that certain labs do not treat their animals ethically. And this is portrayed by an investigation that I found by Munson and others. These journalists sent someone undercover inside a lab and found dogs being force-fed and large amounts of drugs and dying shortly after due to adverse effects. So, however, this is not an issue in federally funded labs, as there are federal laws, regulations, and policies in order to ensure the animal's well-being, and that the animals are, during the course of the experiment, that their well-being is taken care of and that everything is proceeding ethically. So, in conclusion, even though there are many drawbacks and possible ethical issues to animal testing, because these are like animals, so even though like all these factors are in place, this doesn't take away from the fact that they are currently extremely essential to our biomedical research, in that we are currently relying on them. And as we progress into the future, technologies such as organ on a chip are developing, and these technologies can eventually progress a shift away from animal testing, but currently I don't believe it is currently a viable and sustainable option.
Okay, thank you. What information did you need that you weren't able to find or locate? And then how did you go about trying to find that information?
So some information that I tried to find but I wasn't able to locate would be when I was learning about looking at the article about the journalist going undercover inside the lab, I tried to find some more information on the lab and like what exact experiments were being conducted in the lab, but I was unfortunately unable to find like, the more precise information.
Okay, thank you. What advice would you have for other researchers who are considering this topic?
I would advise other researchers that are considering this topic to take a look at both sides of the issue so that they can develop a nuanced conclusion and answer to the issue, and so that they don't have a skewed opinion on what the solution should be.
Okay, thank you. Another round of applause.